An Iowa boy went to school and church every day while being quietly trafficked out of his Cedar Rapids home.
Now an adult, and years after his abuser went to prison, he says the abuse is still happening because of the internet. In an I-9 exclusive, KCRG TV9's Kristen Rogers speaks with them about the lifelong impacts and his work now to help others.
On this busy Cedar Rapids street, thousands of people pass by every day, not knowing the painful past hidden inside a family home where no one would suspect.
I was a child going to school every day, going to church every day.
For years, Gage West was coerced and groomed.
I was being exploited for over 4 years in my own house, right down the street on Oakland Road.
Trafficked at the hands of his stepdad, who he trusted to keep him safe.
But it was, you gotta do things for food, you gotta, do things to protect your sisters.
The abuse that went on for years finally ended with help from school.
I went to the school and a teacher got involved. And that's how this is how this ended.
But it hasn't fully ended. The abuse is still going. That's because West knows pictures are still out there, lurking on the internet, images his stepdad took and sold.
There were thousands of images uploaded of me on the internet. I'm still fighting today to remove those images. And it has a lifelong impact on me. I mean, I don't look at the internet the same. I don't look at people the same.
Teresa Davidson sees those lifelong impacts. She's the co-founder and CEO of Chains Interrupted, a local group focused on awareness, prevention, and advocacy for survivors of human trafficking.
We've walked with over 450 survivors in the last 10 years. And we've seen the trauma that this produces. We've seen the lifelong harm that Gage was talking about. This doesn't go away ever for them.
Chains Interrupted is actively working to prevent more children from being trafficked and exploited.
We do go in and we talk to kids in schools and church youth groups wherever we can. We talk to parents, we talk to communities.
Part of that involves educating about the dangers of the internet, not just the dark web.
We talk about the everyday apps children use and we use, and it's happening right on those apps.
And educating people who can help, like those who work in healthcare.
I saw a hospital while I was being exploited and that went back. And so I think education in the hospitals, in the medical professionals is very important.
And at schools.
When a student is not keeping eye contact frequently, when a student is needing to get up to use the restroom frequently, when they're wearing long sleeves in the middle of summer. I mean, those are signs that are very in our face that we should pay attention to.
Gage's stepdad was sentenced to decades in prison for his crimes. Since then, Gage has pushed for stronger anti-trafficking laws.
God gave me this voice. I was healed by him, and I've been given this platform to share my story. And I believe people listen more when a survivor speaks.
House File 1036 was signed by Governor Reynolds in May. In part, the new law will require the child welfare system and the juvenile court system to use a screening tool to identify human trafficking victims.
A lot of them are funneled through those two systems. I think we're going to be identifying a lot more kids that have been falling through the cracks.
Another Iowa law now mandates life in prison without parole for trafficking a minor, the same punishment as first-degree murder.
I think it's a huge win for children, it's a huge win for survivors, and it's a huge win for parents.
In 2025, Gerard Anderson became the first in the state to be sentenced to life in prison for selling a teenager for sex to multiple men in Cedar Rapids. As laws are strengthening, Gage plans to keep sharing his story of hope.
If anyone is being exploited right now and there's watching this, there is hope. There are people out there that are fighting every single day to bring light to this issue, and I won't stop.
Chains Interrupted offers resources online for people who have been victimized by human trafficking, as well as prevention tools for parents. You can find those links with this story on our website, kcrg.com. In the studio, Kristen Rogers, KCRG TV9 News.